told me a long time ago. What it is, and this is something I want you guys to pay attention to. Alligators have been around for over 200 million years, all crocodilians. Why? Because these animals are opportunistic predators. They sit very still, hoping to blend into the surroundings, waiting for something to get close enough. And when something gets close enough, it slowly starts opening its mouth, waiting for that attack, and then suddenly, what does it do? Something gets close enough. Let me see, because he's trying to calculate it right now. See how he's barely moving? And then if something gets close enough, he basically will attack it. Folks, that's how people get hurt. Paying attention to people that say, approach an alligator from the front. You should never approach an alligator from the front. They have lateral to forward vision. They can see everything you and I can see, all right? Now, the people paid attention to the Seminoles approach the alligator from the front, and what do you think was happening? They were losing their hands and the use of them. Then they went back and complained to the Seminoles. They sit there and they, why would you say that to us? And the Seminoles said, job security. Okay? This guaranteed that if you had to open a business back then that had to do with alligators, back then you had to hire and pay Native Americans to do the shows. That was genius, because they could still sustain their villages and their families. Now, the problem was this. Once they did start getting paid to do these performances, these shows, they had to trick the outside world into believing that there was a blind spot in front of the alligator. And they did that by introducing this next stunt to the act. Are you guys ready? Yeah. It's called the hand trick. That's where you approach the alligator from the front, knowing that he can see you. And once the gator opens his mouth big enough, the performer will then insert their hand. You gonna get the picture?
Yay!
Alright, guys, I'm a volunteer. No insurance. Get the picture. Are you ready? We're gonna try it again. Are you ready?
Yeah!
Wow. Alright, here we go. The performer, go ahead. Approach the alligator from the front, get it over his mouth. Are you alright, ma'am? Hey, I want to make sure you're okay. Alright, good. She's alright. That's important. Now, the first time the performer put his hand in the gator's mouth, he purposely made sure that nothing touched the inside of that mouth and prayed. Alright? He wanted to make sure that mouth didn't come down. But the second time he did it, he then purposely touched the gator's tongue and got his hand out. Why did he do this? Just in case, if somebody was watching real close to see how it was done, the first time they would believe that there was a blind spot in front of the alligator. The second time, if he touches that mouth and they saw that mouth come down, folks, that would discourage anybody from wanting to learn anymore. Okay, that was perfect. I already told you approaching from the front, very foolish, you should never do that. Why? That animal, and the way the trick works for the most part, is the gator's eyes are located in the back of the skull. That skin-covered bone, that head. When he opens up that mouth, he cannot see through his skull to see what's on the other side. It's just simple. You can't see what's in your skull once it's in your mouth, right? You can't see it. Neither can he. But if anything, and I mean anything, including sand, touches the inside of that mouth, what happens? It closes like a rat trap. Anything he gets a hold of, it's his until he decides to let it go or it comes off. Approaching gator from the front, very foolish. You should never do that. How should you approach an alligator?
From behind.
You should never approach an alligator.
What's wrong with us people?
All right, people, listen, pay attention. I'm here to educate also. All right? Never approach an alligator.
Never.
These animals are predators. They will attack you, all right? You know what? I'm joking. You're right. If you're somebody like myself that works with them, the best way to approach them is from behind. I already told you they have lateral to forward vision. Can this gator see me here? Can he?
No.
If he can see me, he's got an open mouth. What would he be doing?
He's waiting.
Remember, lateral to forward vision. Can he see me here?
Absolutely.
Nope.
Nope.
I'm giving away all the secrets, folks.
Can he hear you?
If I were to take one more step forward, would he be able to see me?
Probably.
Absolutely, I'm not going to do that. I'm not a moron. All right, now, I'm going to give away even the biggest secret of all, of alligator wrestling. Not only can this alligator not see me, guess what else he can't do? Watch this, watch this. What? He cannot feel me. A lot of people think that what I do is inhumane and cruel to the alligator. Folks, I have spent my entire adult life rescuing these creatures. These guys right here, These are rescued alligators that we brought here, okay? What we do is we risk our lives, we go out to the swamp, remove these gators that would otherwise be destroyed by trappers. Then we donate them to zoos and sanctuaries that hopefully will give them a better life. Now, when I tell you that there is nothing a full-grown human, not even the strongest human being alive, that can do with their bare hands to hurt that animal, guys, that is a fact. That animal's 58% muscle. It is stronger than the strongest human being alive. There is nothing you can do to put him in a position that he's not supposed to be in, can't put himself in, or hasn't been put in before, guys. You're not going to hurt him. And the reason why is this. From the back of the head all the way to the tip of the tail, they have what we call our osteoderms, or scoops. Those are those bony ridges that give it that dinosaur-like appearance. They serve two purposes. First purpose is basically how they regulate their body temperature. Water's too cold, they come out, they bask in the sun. The heat of the sun basically warms up that skin-covered bone. That's all he is, skin-covered bone. As that bone heats up, it generates enough heat where it warms up the blood that flows under it. The second purpose those osteoderms or scoops serve is body armor. Do you guys understand what body armor is? Protection for the gator's body. If this gator, who's 500 pounds, comes up to this one, tries to divide him in half, he can't. Those osteoderms are designed to withstand brute force, major impact crushing power. And because they're designed for that purpose, there are no M3 pain receptors attached to those osteoderms. Guess what? He can't feel it. I come up to here, go like this, he has no clue what's going on. And the alligator wrestlers, we use that to our advantage. We go ahead and grab him from the tail. I'll drag him here to the middle where everybody can see the show without hurting the gator one bit. He won't even know what's going on. Are you guys ready to see that?
Yeah! Yeah!
Yeah! Right. Now, I'm not hurting him. He's killing my back, though. Now, what I am doing is I'm restricting his neck from being able to turn around and try to bite whatever is behind him. He has no clue what's going on, but I do want to take away a visual strike. That's why I'm covering the eyes. Now, back in the day, it would normally take 2 to 3 people to capture an alligator this big. One person did all the jumping around, all the wrestling. Second person would then come up, tie a rope around the gator's mouth, and they had themselves a caught gator. The problem with this, now you had to split. To me, 50-50 in the sail, the high tip of the gator, you had to carry the rope. That was unfair. So the guys took on the risk and for the most part took the bites. So one day a local hunter decided to try an inventive technique that today we call bulldogging. That's where you hold the alligator's mouth shut between your chin and your chest, allowing your own hands free to tie the gator's mouth. I'm going to go ahead and attempt this. How many times am I doing it?
Once.
Once. Volunteer, no insurance. Get your cameras ready. Here we go. Bulldog.
Bleeding.
Yeah, he's bleeding from shedding your teeth, and I'll get to that here in a second.
Yeah.
What's wrong with you guys? I told you I worked for minutes. You gotta make noise throughout the whole show.
Yay!
I gotta ask you to clap. I cannot believe that. All right, now, if I didn't impress you with that, this next stunt was invented by the maker soup to make sure people would tip them. It's called the Florida Smile. How many times am I doing it? Once and only once. Get your cameras ready. Here we go. On 3. 1, 2, 3.
Yeah! Woo!
Smile, when you make the alligator smile, exposing 80 teeth. There are 40 on the top. There are 40 on the bottom. An alligator this size has over 3,000 pounds of pressure per square inch of that jaw. That means anything he gets a hold of, it's his until he decides to let it go or it comes off. Now each individual tooth will grow over 2,000 times throughout its entire life. It will always have teeth. Now where you see that blood coming from, it's from him shedding his teeth. That happens quite frequently when they feed or when they actually crush down. Now, this next stunt serves no purpose whatsoever, but it takes a cool picture. I like to call it the IQ test. If it goes wrong, it's called a face-off.